Now this is going to be the worst ever Corsa E VXR because this is worse. This here is a piece of block. So this is a different one. We've not done a Corsa E, have we? Yeah. So this is actually worse than the Corsa D. So, to our surprise, we've got, oh my god, I can see through it. But yeah, so this is actually worse than the Corsa D VXR that we did. We did a video called the worst ever Corsa VXR. Now this is going to be the worst ever Corsa E VXR because this is worse. This is a lot worse. And it's piston 1, not piston 4, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, it could be piston 4 as well, but we won't know that until, obviously, it gets stripped down, which is what Jack is about to do. So, I'll give you a little hint. So where's that little, oh, it's here. Little tray of goodies. So, let me just show you this. So, this is what has either been on the bumper, or the subframe, or it's been anywhere that it can sit before the engines come out. So this here is a piece of block. This here is a piece of piston. You can see where the rings go around. And we've got more piston, more block, a little bit of a piston ring there and there. More piston, more block and more piston. Some sump. This is like a mix, Jack. So, I'm going to quickly show you the damage, very quickly from the outside. So, here we go. Looks perfectly fine from up here. However, if we go down here, yes, that is a hole. This is the oil level sensor. That sits in the sump. That should be sat somewhere there. Still a big hole. But then if we look right there, just there, where my finger is, that is a rod. It's gone through the baffle in the sump. You can see that's in 2 pieces right there. In fact, I can wiggle that around. Let me just, there. Looking further up, yes, the hole continues. There is the crank underneath there with the piston. Oh, I can spin the rod round, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it free?
It actually is, yeah.
Oh, we'll go back together, it'll be fun.
Look. So you can see it snap there at the bottom. The piston is no longer there. It goes all the way up even more.
You can see piston
to about
in there.
halfway up the block. Now if you look through this way, if Jack goes the other side. Hello, Jack.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, we can see him all the way through. The damage on this is pretty extensive. It's done a lot of damage, hasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of damage. This must have gone with a very big bang. And I mean a very big bang, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, the sump's gone, baffle's gone, the oil pump, that's a bit knackered as well. What else? The filter housing, that's knackered. Aircon pump, yeah.
Alternator.
So alternator. The list goes on and on and on and on. So
the alternator still might be alright. I just need to have a look.
Yeah, we need to test the alternator, but it has got a bit of damage on it where the shrapnel's like hit it, where it's just gone bang. It's literally exploded from the inside. It's the same on the other side. It goes all the way around in a U shape. But what we're going to do now is Jack's going to strip this off camera, and then we're going to look at the individual parts and just assess the damage, what is actually there. So sit back, grab a cup of tea, and this is going to be very eventful. A lot of damage, this. Definitely one of the worst we've ever seen. We was going to leave picking the camera up until after it was stripped, but oh my god.
It's bad.
Oh my god. When so this is a reason why when we say to people it's going to be this much, but then we could find more damage. This is a prime example of that, because the guy did tell us that it had a hole in the block, but to what extent we had no idea. Now things have been removed, ancillaries, turbo and everything. There's a crater.
So a crater, the engine's nearly split
those of
off.
you that aren't clued up about pistons or anything like that, I'm just going to quickly give you a little example. So, some old pistons here. You've got the gudgeon pin, which known as a wrist pin as well, sits inside the piston here on the rod. that slots through, and then you have two what would you call them? Yeah, circlip things that sit inside that hold the actual gudgeon pin in. So that should be in between the piston. This one is wedged right there. Oh my god.
I'm gonna try to get some light.
That there is the gudgeon pin. Look, that is wedged, well and truly wedged in there. I can see bits of piston just there. When I move my fingers, you'll see. But oh my god, that's some damage. So the worry now is that the head is damaged because you can see the block is missing all the way up here. Now if we look at some of these bits, this is a block, part of the block, that's supposed to have ancillaries bolted to it. More of the block.
Oh, that's the part of the...
Oh yeah, that's
filter,
the filter in it, yeah. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that should be just there, look. That's where it sits, right there. And then you've got spark plug. See if I can get this to focus for once in its life. Yeah, there we go. So end of the spark plug's absolutely battered. There's that level sensor we were talking about, but oh my god, like that's some damage.
Impressive.
It is impressive, but it's also worrying. Like I said, this is P1, it's not P4. So again, P4, it's not a myth. It does work. Well, kind of. It works and then it breaks. But we do see a mixture of P1, P4, P3, P2, P1. We see all of it. We see across all cylinders. But this by far has to be the worst we've ever seen. Literally, you can see all the way through the other side of the block. Engine is stripped. Damage is assessed. Damage is bad. So you can get a clearer look at the block now. This is the hole that it caused.
I shouldn't be able to do this.
No, you shouldn't. There is the gudgeon pin that we was talking about, still sat there. This is some of the debris that's come out.
It's a bit of a baffle from the sump.
That's it. That was not me.
Ring. Piston.
Look, even a socket. No.
Piston.
There's his piston.
I don't know where the rest of the piston is, either.
It's in little tiny pieces, but yeah, it's literally in half. So why did this happen?
Wait, look at me, look.
Why did this happen?
Snapped rod.
Yeah, so the rod literally snapped itself, which then caused that.
Because it'll just be flinging around and taking everything out. This is
Yeah,
the
so it will still run at that moment in time and still like calm itself down, because obviously when it's doing say 4,000 RPM, it's going to keep spinning and spinning and spinning anyway, regardless. This is the rod, yeah. That's what's left. Yeah, let me just put this down because this camera don't want to play ball. But yeah, there's the rod. That is the aftermath. So the damage we've found so far is aircon pump.
Yeah, that's a normal squirter.
Yep, so oil jet is squirter, same thing.
That's the
one, that P1.
Well, and then P2.
It's decided to mess P2 up, so you can see it's just completely obliterated it. Cams look slightly bent as well. All the valves in the head, which is, where's the head? You mind just flipping it upside down? If you can see, it's going to be difficult to see this on camera, but they are bent. You can see the damage right there. This is what it should really look like, but it's gone with a big bang. So they're all bent. It looks like some of these are bent. That looks like it's bent there. Again, it's difficult to see it on camera, but we're going to check this head.
Crank lamp scrap too.
So we need to check to see if that's been bent. So we're going to take the crank itself and the head to our machinist. They're going to pressure test them. They're going to balance test them and all that sort of stuff as well, and just make sure that we can actually reuse them. If we can't, it's going to be a new one. If we can, customer gets a little bit off his bill, which is very happy. But
I think that block's good to work. We can use that again though.
yeah, we can use this again. We can definitely use this again. Oh, I can wiggle the gwidget, but no, we're not. We'll leave it. Anyway, so the problems we've found with it is aircon pump. I'm just going to read these off. Aircon pump, bolt missing from boost, something solenoid. Turbo's got play because of all the debris that's gone through it. It's absolutely obliterated it. The sump, clearly, it's got an hole in it. Sump bolts because half of it came away, went missing. Oil pump, oil jets, block, cams, crank, possibly bent, valves, oil level sensor. List goes on and on and on and on and on. So, get your car forged before it does this. If you do need a forge, Facebook down below, hit us up. But that is some crazy, crazy damage. We are working on something very, very exciting for the Corsas, which will change how much power you can put through these. Let's just say that. We're working on something with our machinists very slowly. But it will be available for you guys through us only at some point in the future. So look out for that. It will stop this from happening as much. So yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, make sure you do give it a like for that damage. If you want to see if we can fix this, we can fix this. Like this, let's just clear that up. We can fix this. We can have this car running again. If you do want to see how we're going to get that running again, then we can show you. If you want an update to this, let us know down below. Comment, make sure you like, make sure you share it to your friends as well, especially if they've got a Corsa, because let's not let this happen to them. So worst ever, Corsa E VXR, right here. Crazy.